Welcome back. When Malayalam film producer Sandra Thomas walked into the office of the Kerala Film Producers Association yesterday, she wore a burqa and clad in it was a message. She didn't wear it as a symbol of faith. She chose to wear it, to showcase her protest. The award-winning producer arrived to file her nomination for the KFPA presidential election covered head to toe. She said it was the safest choice of clothing. Sandra Thomas has been one of the few women in the Malayalam film industry to publicly take on the powerful men running its institutions. Now, last year, she had filed a police complaint against 4 office bearers of the Kerala Film Producers Association alleging sexual harassment. The police have filed a charge sheet in the case, and there are allegations that the alleged accused continue to hold office. Some of them are now seeking a re-election. Now, Sandra Thomas was expelled from the KFPA in November 2024 after she spoke out. She went to court and her membership was then restored in the month of December last year. Her burqa, she says, isn't about religion. She is a Christian, but in her words, the burqa seems to be the most fitting thing to wear before this very group. That's what she says. Now, she also claims that members continue to silence voices like hers and says that the culture of intimidation is deeply rooted in the film body. In June earlier this year, she also released audio clips of production controllers allegedly threatening her and her family. And now she says there's a strong wave among KFPA members, but there are a few who dare to speak out publicly.
I wore Parda to the association today. That's because I wore it as a symbolic act of my protest against the committee members of the association, Producers Association. I have given a complaint against them, and the charge sheet is already given by the police. So they are continuing as office bearers, and next term also they're trying to take over the president position. So that's why I thought I should do something, and I protest. And this is my symbolic way of showing my protest against the current committee of Producers Association. There are women who are facing similar kind of experiences from all places. So this will reflect in the society. So that's why I'm standing against the disrespect I have faced from the association.
Election?
Election is on August 14th.
You are submitting nomination for which post?
For the president post.
Times Now's Arpita spoke to the filmmaker Sandra Thomas. Now, she has asserted that her protest, the fact that she wore a burqa, has nothing to do with religion. For her, this was an act of defiance. For her, this is a protest against all those who choose to intimidate women in the Malayalam film industry. Let's listen into that conversation.
So, Sandra, yesterday you had gone to give your nomination for Producers Association, but you were seen wearing burqa. Any particular reason for wearing burqa? എന്തായിരുന്നു burqa ഇട്ടിട്ട് പോവാനുള്ള കാരണം?
ബുർക്ക ഇടാനുള്ള കാരണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊരു ഒരു ശരീരം മൊത്തം കവർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വേഷമായതുകൊണ്ടും അതൊരു പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് അസോസിയേഷനിലെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഭാരവാഹികൾ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലത്ത് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു വേഷത്തിലേ അവിടെ പോകാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ എന്നുള്ളൊരു സാഹചര്യമാണ് ഇന്ന് അവിടെ ഉള്ളത്. സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് ഒരു സേഫ് സ്ഥലമല്ല ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് അസോസിയേഷൻ. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അവിടെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു വേഷത്തിൽ എന്റെ പ്രതിഷേധത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട്, എന്റെ പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ ധരിച്ചൊരു വേഷം എന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. അത് ഒരു മതത്തിന്റെ പേരിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും കാണേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഞാൻ എന്റെ ഒരു പ്രതിഷേധത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗം, എന്റെ നിലപാടിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി, കാര്യം ഞാൻ ഒരു കംപ്ലൈന്റ് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അതിന്റെ ചാർജ് ഷീറ്റ് പോലീസ് ഫയൽ ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം ഇവരെ 4 പേരെ പ്രതികളാക്കി. പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് അസോസിയേഷന്റെ പ്രസിഡന്റ്, സെക്രട്ടറി, 2 എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് കമ്മിറ്റി മെമ്പേഴ്സ്, 4 പേരെ പ്രതികളാക്കി പോലീസ് ചാർജ് ഷീറ്റ് കൊടുത്തതിന് ശേഷവും അവരവിടെ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യുകയും അടുത്ത ടേമിലേക്ക് ഇവർ തന്നെ ഇലക്ഷന് നിൽക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സാഹചര്യം വന്നപ്പോഴാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ ബുർക്ക ധരിച്ച് അവിടെ പോയത്.
My colleague Arpita is with us. She spoke to Sandra Thomas. Arpita, Sandra Thomas says that her protest, the fact that she wore a burqa to file her nomination, is a mark of protest, a mark of defiance, and a message to all those, who think they can continue in power despite harassing women, and women cannot be silenced in the way that they silence them. Now, how has the film body responded to this protest, and also has there been any comments from those members whose names Sandra has taken in the past?
Well, no, there is no response from the film body in fact, the members against whom she has spoken up, but the film body has definitely asked her to come up with a clear statement regarding why she wore burqa. But when we spoke to Sandra Thomas, she clearly said that she wore a burqa to show her protest, and also she said that she thought burqa was the safest choice of clothing while entering the Producers Association complex, where these leaders are still there. So that is why she chose to wear a burqa. In fact, she said earlier when she had complained about these current leadership members to the police about sexual harassment and other biasness that was happening in the association, the police did file a charge sheet, but soon after that these members continued to remain in the leadership position, and also they again fought for the election, which was really disappointing for her. So that is why she has now decided to contest in the position of president of Producers Association, and this election will be held on August 14th. So she's hoping that she wins the election and she brings a change in the Producers Association, because she said not just her, there are other female producers and other members in the committee who feel the same, that there should be a change in the leadership. But despite past efforts, these members, these men continue to remain in the leadership position. So this is a test of why she wore burqa, and she hopes that after winning the election, she can bring a change in the leadership.
But this entire protest, the burqa protest, has taken a political turn. While some would say, and the filmmaker is justifying it as a mark of defiance and something that she did to send out a message, there are politicians who believe that this also, in a way, promotes a mindset that talks about how women should dress in a particular way if they want to keep themselves safe. Some are saying that this is something that also reflects a mindset that is regressive. How do you look at the political reactions coming in? Let's listen in.
This is a reflection of the same mindset. When women, what will they dress? These criminals will decide. You dress in this way, you should not dress in that way. What is the right to talk on the dress of women?
It can be her personal opinion, but worldwide it's not taken that way. And then every woman has a right for her personal choice, but she can't enforce her thoughts of choice of clothing on others.
Arpita, you heard the reactions that are coming in from political quarters. So while some would say that, okay, this is a message that the filmmaker wanted to send, she chose to wear a burqa. She said that in this particular film body, or in front of these particular members of the film body, the most safest clothing is a burqa. But others would say, no, this also permeates a regressive mindset. Have you heard more voices from the film industry or the political fraternity on this, step taken by Sandra Thomas?
Here in Kerala, the film body did not really comment on her dressing, because they really wanted to know what made her take a decision against this, and she clearly said that it is a protest that she is doing this. So they wanted to know what exactly happened. They did not really comment on her dress, but she clearly said that it is her personal opinion of wearing burqa. She feels that wearing a burqa will make her feel safe while entering that building where these men are still there, where she had to go through abusing men there in the building. So that was her personal choice of clothing, and she clearly said that even though there are other female members in that building who also feel that these men should be removed from the leadership and other things, but they are just protesting against it in a different way. And her style of protest while filing nomination was to wear a burqa, because she thought that that was safe for her to enter wearing a burqa in that building. So she clearly said that it was her personal choice of wearing burqa. It is not related to any religious thing or any other thing. In fact, she said the film body or these members did not comment anything about her choice of clothing, but there were few media persons and other outsiders who questioned that, do you really think wearing a burqa is really going to help you fight this entire controversy? They did question her about this, and she was very disappointed about that, but she clearly said that the film body or anybody from this organization did not question her.
So while the filmmaker says that her act of protest has nothing to do with religion, but there are some who are of the view that, you know, a filmmaker saying that burqa is the safest choice of clothing for a woman, that has triggered political war of words. Thank you so much, Arpita, for joining us on this broadcast. Viewers, with that, it's time for us to take a short break. Stay with Times Now. We'll be back with more news and updates.